Hey everybody, welcome to Monday night Let's Grow Pulling Live. I'm running solo tonight. Everybody's busy, and I still wanted to do a show tonight. And so I want to start off with, you guys remember Dan, the third gear, put her in the sand. I should have put her in registration booth with the girls, right? So they had their pull up there in Canada. I forget where it's called. Some of you can put in the comments where that is. But this is the newest TikTok that they made. So, hey, Chuck, how are you, buddy? I'm looking for a lot of input from our followers tonight because I had my sister's wedding in Watertown, South Dakota this past weekend. So I did not do a lot for pulling. So John Bohr watching from job number 2. Yeah, firefighting probably. So anyway, check out this video of Dan Taylor from Canada. There's a Centerville truck and tractor pull. There we go.
251 I came here and interviewed you after a race, and we said, I think I said, and today, and you said, let's talk about today.
You want to talk about today?
We need to talk about today.
Today's another big day. Today's just getting started. We haven't even finished today. We're just getting the first pull of the day going on right now.
But you won the first pull.
You know it.
Fair and square.
Ain't no place like first place, baby. My Uncle Bob told me, so you just tell them boys, it ain't my fault I got 2 more cylinders than they got.
That's right. It's an 8-cylinder. A lot of them are 6, right?
Everything else 6 cylinders.
Okay. So did you get the 3rd gear?
There's only 1 gear, and that's 3rd gear, and that's their working gear. I can tell you that. All my girlfriends signed up my T-shirt. I had more people sign my T-shirt, and I signed other people's T-shirt.
And somebody told me, a little bird told me that you've bought a lot of little kids.
I bought at least a dozen kids T-shirts. They want them. It's the 276 selling shirts. The kids want T-shirts. The kids get T-shirts.
Right.
That's how it goes. It'll make no difference what it costs. They want them, they get them. If you want, you can color yourself.
I don't think so.
Birdie put her to the max tonight. Love the weights to her. And got to give her the old jingle jangle and let her dangle. Jingle with the fuel screw, jangle with the timing, put the weights on her and let her dangle. You win some, you lose some. You know, ain't no point getting worked up about it. What difference it makes? I tell you one thing, first place money will be paid a liquor bill for the weekend.
You walk around here and everybody has every tool that they own in this place with them. Last night I saw you saw things off, grind things off, you moved weights around, you were welding. Is that normal?
It is for me. I can fix anything but a broken heart and a bad marriage. It ain't for lack of trying.
Thank you so much for being a good sport.
Anything for you.
Well, there you go. No, I will.
It's all in good fun.
Yes, and I will never drive your tractor on this kind of event.
I know why you don't pull her.
No.
You pull.
If they allowed you to sit there beside me, maybe. But I think that's.
Stop.
I talk to me.
Stop.
Talk to you. Your priority number 1. Try to keep me messing on you.
Dan, you're so sweet. Well, he's just a big old flirt.
They don't call me the Duke or nothing.
So he's back, Dan the Canadian, Dan the famous Canadian. What did we name him, Ryan? So
I don't know. Dan the Canadian.
Dan the Canadian. How are you tonight, sir?
Good. My neighborhood is about to turn into frickin' Fallujah or Beirut.
Why is that? For fireworks?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're just gonna do a quick show tonight to check in and just make sure everybody's having a good 4th of July. I had my sister's wedding, Ryan, out in Watertown, South Dakota. It was amazing. We took pictures out there to Terry Redlands Center and during the day, and it's beautiful country out there. Beautiful, beautiful country. And I haven't kept up much with pulling. This week for us, Doug's taking the tractor to the dyno tomorrow at Hart's Diesel. Him and Tony are going down. They're going to take it down, split it down there, and then get back after it, and then put it back together and take it to Concord, Nebraska Thursday night, and then Rock Valley Friday and Saturday. And Dad's at the wheel all 3 of those hooks because I'm staying in Dubuque, Iowa for my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary. So that's what we do. That's what we do. Wellman, Iowa's checking in. Mark Fisher, that's my buddy from Tri-County. James Geezy says, who let the dogs out? Jason. And Brad says World War III already going on here. So did you go anywhere, Ryan, this weekend, or what have you been doing, bud?
Nope. I was home.
Okay.
I went to a hospital all weekend.
Sorry. That sucks.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So
no.
For those of you who don't know, I guess I'll make the comments now. Kara's dad was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer about 3 weeks ago and had the surgery on Wednesday to remove the mass. That's when they found out that that the cancer had metastasized, moved to his abdomen. And so now it becomes the process of treatment becomes something quite different. Insurance decided that he was healthy enough to leave today. So, insurance company, make sure you put the welfare of the patient ahead of the pocketbook. So Dad's living at our house for the next couple of weeks. That's where he'll be recovering. And then, we'll see what happens from there, what the chemo treatment looks like.
So Ryan got hung up there. I don't know. He's sitting out on his deck out there in Des Moines, but his internet, he's back. I lost him for a second there. So he got hung up for a second, right?
So, well, probably didn't miss much. Hang on.
No, we missed a lot. There's a lot of comments, everybody's
there.
thinking
Now
a lot of prayers.
Now I'm on cellular as opposed to Wi-Fi.
Okay, perfect. No, I mean, we all know each other. It's a big pulling family, and it sucks. And I love Kara with my whole heart, and cancer sucks, and we all know that. But I know that you're a good dude, and Kara, and you'll do everything you can for your father-in-law, and make it as comfortable as you can for him. So thank you for that. So
I don't know what it's going to do to my plans for this year.
Family first, buddy.
Family first, and furthermore, I mean, let's be real honest. We photographers and media people, we can't afford to work for free. And I've said this to a few people before, and I guess I'll say it here as well. If we don't have something agreed to where some values changing hands, don't automatically expect any of us to show up to your show. And that's a harsh thing to say, but it's got to be said.
No, it's real.
It's real, likes and shares, and oh my gosh, this is the greatest picture ever. That doesn't fill a gas tank. It doesn't pay for a hotel room, and it doesn't pay for our time that we spend figuring out how we're going to tell that story and then actually telling it. So, it is what it is.
No, you and I have talked about this for years. The one thing, like Ryan, the podcast, and I know you catch them when you can, the audio one, but that's the one thing I've been saying on there is everybody says they cover an event, Ryan. You know what I mean? But posting amazing photos and videos afterwards isn't, yeah, you kind of covered it, but we need to really help the promoters preview the events ahead of time. But we need the promoters at the same time to realize the value that any photographer, any videographer can provide. You know what I'm saying, Ryan? Like Ryan, literally, how many people you think legitimately follow you?
I don't know. Maybe a couple thousand.
Right.
Maybe.
But my point is, who follows you? Who, if I could say to you, give me one demographic that follows you, what do they follow? It'd be what? Pulling, right? So you guys, if you, and I'm just going to use Ryan as an example. Hey, Ryan, we want you to come to our event. We'll get you a hotel room. We'll pay for your gas. That's all the guys are asking for, to be completely honest with you, because they're not selling enough pictures on the backside to do that. And then we charge now to promote events, and I've caught a little crap about it, but I got 2 full-time employees now, Roos. And for 10 years, did this out on my own dime. And now I want to take it to the next level and truly offer an advertising package to a promoter, Ryan, and try to put more butts in the seats. And we've had some good success stories with it so far this year. So, the YouTube guys, and we're on YouTube, Beer Money is, the YouTube guys are making money on the back end, but it takes a while to grow that following as well. But I think, for photography, Ryan, like and I don't mean to be all negative, but I guess what's the most how many dollars have you sold in photos from an event before? Like, is that am I asking the right question, Ryan?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd sold 8 photos, that would be a hell of an event.
Okay. So, and it's, because Adam and I talked about this for Mad Pulling Pics back 10 years ago, Ryan, when Facebook got really popular with pulling and all the photos up there and stuff like that, because it's easier to grab them. And, that's where the watermarks came in and all the different things like that. It's, we're putting the eyeballs on the sport, but we got to put more fans in the stand. So all Ryan's saying is, hey, if you guys want some good photographers at your event, promoters, associations, nobody works for free, right? So Reach out to these guys and say, hey, what's it going to take to get you here? And then I'm going to tell my photographers and my fellow videographers and guys out there, you guys need to I think Adam Wilson's doing a phenomenal job at this year, Ryan. I've really started following Adam from Built Diesel Mafia in the last 6 months, but he does an amazing job of telling his followers where he's going to be. And you kind of build that following a little bit. And that's important to know that, that guy's going to be there. But at the end of the day, YouTube is free for you guys to watch it afterwards. We need you in the stands, fans. We need you in the stands, and we need you buying live streams. And that's very, very important. So please keep that in mind as we proceed down the future. So,
Do you know Adam quit his day job?
I figured that was coming. I
He
figured
is
that was coming.
He is full-time content creator. So
Awesome.
Proud of him.
Awesome. No, he's done an amazing job. He's worked his butt off, and he's
Yes,
given it
he
his
has.
all. So.
Yes, he has, and now he's seeing the fruits of his labor.
Yep, and it's out there, and he's living his dream, and that's what I'm trying to provide for Mackenzie and Doug too. Like for example, I got a bunch to do for work. I need to get the tractor on the dyno, make sure everything's working like I think it is, and Doug's taking it down there tomorrow, meeting Tony down there. Ryan, I want to be able to do all that stuff. You know what I mean, and get it done, and still be able to promote these events. We just bought a merchandise trailer, Big Rye, a 14-foot vending trailer with a swing-up door and everything. So trying to take it to the next level. So our partnership with Big Rig Tees, they have amazing t-shirts, and they're going to be doing some ag stuff with us, and then obviously a shirt of the Remedy and then the W9 as well. So we're super excited for that. So, but please, I'm reading through, there's a ton of comments. I haven't been posting while we were yakking, but just a lot of thoughts and prayers for you and Kara, Ryan, and her dad. So thank you. You know what? We got to talk about life, and life isn't always fair, and life sucks sometimes. So
Yep.
I know they're pulling in Sigourney, Iowa tonight. Today's my 24th wedding anniversary to my beautiful wife, Sarah. So we got home from Watertown, South Dakota last night about 8 o'clock. And then this morning we woke up and drove up to Jellystone to see our friends Doc and Nicole and Doug and Michelle. Set up there with them today, and I rolled out of there about 6. We got some nice rain today, so hopefully the farmers are happy. I know there's parts of the country that are still dry, but I feel like there's some rain moving around, and hopefully everybody's getting what they need. So,
Did you get a ride in Doc's truck?
I did. I have a YouTube video up on it, and it's pretty awesome. It is pretty.
I like
awesome.
that. I like that truck. I'm proud of him for sticking with it, and I know it was a long build process. And
Yep.
the fender wells are pretty cool.
Yeah, those Schaefer barrel oils are so cool. So Jason Cox, who built that, works for Ring Brothers Roofs. He built that.
I kind of wondered.
Yep. So you talk about, and I'll let the video play while we're yakking. I can kill the volume. Give me a second here. Charles tried jumping on, but I know he's in Northern Michigan. Is he with who's he with tonight? I forget he said.
He's with Tony and Derek.
Okay.
Tony Burkhardt and Derek Rose. So he's among UCC royalty right now. And they're some of his closest friends.
Yeah.
So
this is the Roos was talking. This is my best friend truck. Just had it. He's a doctor, and he's been wanting a rat rod. And our friend Jason Cox, who ran our demo derbies at our events in Richland Center, put this truck together, and it is just beyond cool. I'll scroll back here. This is kind of towards the end of the video. He brought it up to the house last week. So here he is driving down my street. I just got a couple GoPros, Hero 10s, and I haven't quite figured them out yet. A couple of the videos are a little dark on here, guys, and I apologize for that. I'm still working with the settings and taking the time to learn them. But here's kind of the rat rod pulling up on my street. And this was like 8 o'clock at night, so it shouldn't have been this dark. But like I said, I'll get it figured out what I did wrong. But you can kind of watch that video. So I want to know what all of you did this weekend. Please type into the comments. Spruce Soldier is checking in from Alberta, Canada. And you saw we opened up with Dan. Dan was up in Centerville up there again. He got interviewed by that same lady who was going. Rust Ostel says, huge hugs, Roos, family first. Darren Bomber, our buddy. Sorry, Ryan and Kara, prayers for the best outcome. Bradley Sturgeon had an awesome time this weekend pulling and hanging out with our pulling families in Hopkinsville with Mid-South pullers. Is that where Nathan Bay got his first win?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good for them. They have been fighting that thing. So Randy Proctor's checked in from Jackson, Michigan, I'm assuming that says. Our good friend Royce McGowan says, yes, cancer does suck. I really understand on my part. Yes, Ryan, I really understand from Georgia of Dark Corners. So thanks for the comment, Royce. Where are we at here? Tons of comments. Had an awesome time hanging out with Brian Thurston, John Murray, and Adam Matthew Wilson, Bradley Sturgeon. Yes, they are good dudes. All of them have great YouTubes, and they just do a good job. All the social media platforms. The more the merrier, guys. It's all good for the sport.
Hey, now Adam doesn't have any good excuse not to join us on a show.
True.
Because
Yeah.
he used to have an excuse, and it used to hold water because he worked night shift.
It was his real job.
Right. And he kind of needed to do his real job while he was doing his real job and getting paid for his real job.
So I haven't told you this yet.
Now he doesn't.
I want to roll. Go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
Well, now he doesn't. So I've already told him, you are coming on the show because I said so. And we're probably going to get Tiff and put her in a different room so that she can laugh at you, from a different room, and you guys can go back and forth.
Right. No, I like that a lot. So we're working on some series. So Charles is going to, on our YouTube channel, Charles is going to do our Thursday night. I put Charles on payroll a little bit for the Throwback Thursday video. Monday nights, of course, Let's Go Pro and Ryan. But then Tuesday we're gonna roll out our weekly. I'm gonna do a better job. I'm just getting this started, but behind the helmet, where I'm gonna sit down with pullers and interview them at the pulls and their hauler and their trailer. And then Wednesday night, this is how we roll. And I also want to do behind the lens, kind of like I talked about years ago with Brian Lively. But I want to interview Adam and I'm gonna try to interview all the people that cover the sport like we do, Roos, and just tell their story. I want people to get to know these photographers and these videographers as well. We call them pulling media, for lack of better terms, and tell their story. So we're really going to dive in with our Beer Money promotions team. We're going to show you pullers. We're going to show you how they live on the weekends or how they live on the road. And we're also going to show the people that cover this event as well. So just getting started with that. And I'm found some new stuff for my Hero GoPro 10s. The wedding photographer that did my sister's wedding, Ryan, is out of this world. He had so much cool stuff. You would have been giddy. And he was talking like all the stuff that you and Cody always talk about with cameras and things like that. Again, if you're just joining us, it's Big Ryan and I tonight. Everybody's busy with the 4th of July. On the screen, this is my buddy Brian. He just had a 58 Ford rat rod built by Jason Cox, who works at Ring Brothers. He built it out of his garage at home. It's been kind of a project here for 5 years. And I just kind of did a walk around with this truck. It's super cool. So we have the full video on our YouTube channel. So check it out.
How much power does that thing make?
I didn't ask him. It's a 350 Chevy, so I'm sure there's some guys watching. It's got a little small blower on it.
I was going to say, but it's blown.
Yep. There's the throttle linkage there. I zoomed in on that with the chain. But the detail on this is just super cool, Bruce. Super cool. So,
nice.
So when we had Joe Ader on last week, Ted Dickman, he said it costs $5,000 a pass to run the Big 4 engine mod. So what does it cost a team to run a weekend? Hopefully you don't have any breakage or stuff like that. Right now, I know a belt on a mini rod or on a big blower tractor is like $400, or like on a 2-wheel drive trucks. So, I don't know what it costs. I've never really sat down. I guess I'm probably afraid to sit down when it costs me to run a weekend. I might think this is dumber than what I think it is, but we all love it. This is our hobby. And this is what we do. We enjoy it, but it's still fun. But I know it costs $1,200 to fill a semi up right now, Roos. You know what I mean? So,
yep,
it is what it is. So, Adam, we were bragging about Adam a little bit ago. He always tries to promote before going to pull. That's the biggest focus. And I truly believe that if you're going to cover an event and you're going to be on the backside of it with some pictures and some video, I think you need to do a really good job of letting fans know that event is going on. So. Wasn't the Angry Farmer poll this weekend? Haven't heard much about it. Like I said, I really wasn't on social media or Big Ride this weekend at all. I was trying to do the family thing and behave for once. I think I saw some pictures. That was out in Ohio, right? Let's see here. Where can I go look? Adam. I don't know. Let me go find out. I'll just scroll through. Tim says you take good pictures. Good for Adam. Yes, good for Adam. Jimmy Buckler says prayers. Hey, you two. Big Jer. For us Canadians, it's hard to find. Spruce says, I've been looking to buy pulling photos and swag. Ryan, how do they buy your photos, buddy?
Message me. Tell me what you want. $30 a photo. No watermark. Basically big enough you could... Well, you can't print it to the broadside of a barn, but you could probably, 2 foot by 3 foot is pretty easy. I've got one that's 3 foot by 5 foot standing in the entryway to my office at work.
And then for swag, I mean, a lot of pullers have stuff online, or, especially at their trailers. Our website's beermoneypullingteam.com, Spruce. You just click on Beer Money Gear, and we ship stuff out every day. We're starting to move a lot more product now with the big rig tees because they have a lot of cool shirts, not just Beer Money stuff, so that's cool. Morgan says they're going to East Independence, Iowa for ECI this Thursday. So that's good. That'd be the Schultes. Doug says he's worked on Scrappy, trying to get the
Doug, you going to have that thing ready for this weekend?
I hope so. Matt Casera, we tried getting Rich Roseboom on tonight, but he was coming back from vacation, Ryan, so we didn't catch him. And then Doug was trying to get hold of the promoter for Concord because that's where we're going to be with the Remedy this weekend. I feel like you have plenty of power, Jason. Give the rest of us a chance. Oh, no. We're not finishing in the top where we need to be. So I need to find out if it's me driving that thing or tires or what. We're working on it. So we are working on it. Went to Nebraska Bush Pull in Norfolk, Nebraska yesterday. Saturday going to Rock Valley. I feel like there was a lot of pulls, Roos, this weekend. As I kind of scrolled through Facebook a little bit today. Slayton, Minnesota. This must be Mark Ham. Worked at the liquor store all weekend. We were busy. That's got to be Ham.
Yeah, that's Ham.
Went to Mid-South pulling this past weekend. Great pull. Good for you, Adam. It's going to be good that Adam's getting out and about and cruising around. So, Croton, Ohio. That's where Darren was this weekend. John Bohr says California Flash. Jason Titsworth took the win this weekend in Sonora, California. We will have a Wednesday night show. Yep, we will have our Wednesday West Coast pulling live with them. It's 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're doing a show every other Wednesday with them. Doug says he's planning on Rock Valley, Roos. So that's good.
Boy.
Okay, Matt says, topic of putting butts in a seat. I agree about promoting the polls, but you go to places like Wisner, Nebraska, 90% of people are just there for free stuff, and it's just annoying. Yeah, Matt, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to answer that. You can't let people in for free. I mean, the show costs too much.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. How is 90% of the people are there just for the free stuff? What free stuff? I've never walked away with anything from Wisner but a sunburn. So what am I doing? What am I doing wrong?
Maybe you're taking too many pictures.
Apparently.
Michael Palmer says Arcola Friday and Saturday. That must be this coming Friday and Saturday. That'd be Arcola, Indiana, right?
Yep.
Travis says, Rye, your picture made the PRA magazine. Thanks for the picture. Hey,
I saw that. That's
kind of cool. Jer says, can't wait for Rock Valley. Jer, you're going to get your Jer juice shoot finally from us. So, TNT Truck and Tractor Pull was at Lebanon and Temple Hill, Kentucky. Which one did Adam go to then if it was Mid-South? Was that the Hopkinsville one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, tickets from Seeds Companies and free beers.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of those, Matt, I'm assuming they're sponsors, right, Ryan? Like my dad in Springville, I know Pioneer does a big booth there, Ryan.
Yep.
And they bring their customers in and stuff like that. So at least they're coming to the event and we're exposing them to it a little bit. So.
Right. They can't put a show on like that without a sponsor like whoever that seed company is.
Yep.
I mean, you want further proof, you ask Bill Petrie how he does, how they've done what they've done down at McLeod. They have one or two seed companies or ag companies that feed all the pullers. They put on that puller's meal where we eat like kings. Without it, I mean, that stuff doesn't come cheap.
No, so, I was just looking at my phone, getting some text messages from pullers that are watching the show.
Platteville looked like it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, Brandon's got did you see Brogley's D21?
I did.
Okay, so Brandon's pretty proud of this picture, and he said it's got a bajillion likes. Let me find it here. Give me a second. I'll put it up on the screen. So, Jared says he's bringing some Jared juice. Esden can't wait for Hillsboro. Flex Cummings says, hey, Jason, and Matt gives us thumbs up. No, thanks for the comments, Matt. I love them. We love to interact with our people watching the show, and that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. I'm gonna find Brandon's photos here. That barn where Platteville does their pull it's built for motorsports ride. They have in the winter they have like snowmobile crossing when they cross them through like the red out there, you know, the water crossing.
Okay.
And then they have a pulling track. Ah, you are the kid from Toma. Nice to, I remember you. We talked for quite a while. Okay, here are some of Brandon's pictures from Platteville this past weekend. That's Jeff Cast. That's the guy who works for Budweiser, Ryan, who always helped us out at Turn and Dirt.
Yep.
Steve Morris, Heart Therapy. Oh, I forget who that is. I don't know all these guys. There's Kleppy. He's got his poll coming up July 23rd in Richland Center. Badger State at night, and he's got some Southwest classes in the afternoon. That one's called Outlaw Binder. I think he was just doing a shakedown pull, that's what I saw. And that's Molenkamps, I think is his name.
That's a good looking ride.
Yeah, it is. I think that was a 1206, and I think he put that 14 sheet metal on it. Let's see here. I got to find the 21. Brandon hasn't been out in a while, so I think he was pretty tickled to get out and shoot some photos close to home. So I got to find the D21 here.
He should be. His stuff turned out good.
Did Sullivan's change sheet metal, obviously?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, they went back to the original. That's very close to the original truck. The original truck had chrome or polished stainless like panels on the bottom, like rocker panels.
You know, and I haven't talked to Gaffney in probably 5 years, but I swear he had a picture of this truck in his shop or had something to do with his original one, like back in the day. So
the original one looks a lot like this. That looks a lot cleaner, I think, without the chrome on the sides.
Okay. I swear I've seen a picture of it at his shop, or he showed me at one time, but like I said, it's been a while. Hold on here, but I got to find the 21 because that's been uber popular sheet metal on there. Or not, duh. You don't try to say right. It's a very popular. My internet is slower than molasses.
Scroll down one more.
Okay, there it is. Boom. Yeah, it's got like 26 shares. So that thing is uber sharp. So
there were two orange tractors there that were really, really sharp. There was a 7030 light limited super that came from somewhere in Minnesota, and I don't know whose it is, but hot damn, that looked good too.
So a light limited super?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an AC 7030.
Okay. It wasn't a light pro, was it?
I believe it was a light limited super.
Okay. Did Brandon get a shot of it?
Yeah, he did. And I kind of think he hooked right after who's got that hard target Ford? Is that Mickelson?
Okay, so did Tri-State add some light limiteds? Do you know?
They must have, because there were light limiteds there.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Beautiful Alice 7030 out of Southeast Minnesota.
There you go.
With Tri-State truck and tractor pullers. So they must have added this class, because I don't know if they did or not, but you are spot on there, Bruce. Great picture there, Brandon. So
that's the second 7,000 Alice series we've seen come out over the past year or two, because I presume this is a fairly new build.
Yeah, no, I think we would have seen it. I would assume. Well, if they add light limited supers, that's not a bad idea at all.
No.
That class is everywhere.
Yep, there's lots of them.
Is everywhere. This is a great. Is there a better entrance for tractors than coming out of the trees in Wisner? I've never been there, Russ. I'm going to go there this year for the first time. My dad's told me it's awesome. I've had many pullers tell me it's amazing. Bruce, you've been there.
I'll answer that question. No, there's no better way to make an entrance to a track, especially at night. That place at night is amazeballs.
Awesome.
So shout out to Morgan Buckingham. Took her first ride in Casual Encounter this weekend.
That's Brandon. That's Brandon's girlfriend, Brandon Bodenstein's.
Yep, and
Wait, I'll find that.
She made her first pass ever, competitive pass, in one of the Southwest classes at Kleppy's show last year.
Okay.
And I caught it on camera. And this past weekend, Brandon threw the helmet to her figuratively and said, "You're driving." And she turned out 6th, first time out.
Out of 15. That's
out
awesome.
of 15 tough tractors. So, I mean, we all know how stout that hot farm class is.
So here is the video. And then guys, you know, it looks so skinny on my computer because I'm on my PC. We know that most of you observe Facebook and social media on your phone. So this fills your whole screen. So continue to record vertically like this for TikTok, for Facebook, stuff like that. If you are recording for YouTube, I would go horizontal because that fills the YouTube better. Or if you're going to do YouTube shorts, you go back to the vertical on that because so many people are switching over to the phone. So just a nice little tidbit of information for you out there if you're recording your videos. But here is, I don't know her name like you do, Bruce. So what's Brandon's girlfriend's name? I met her at Toma last week.
Her name is Morgan Buckingham.
Okay, so here's her pass. First time ever driving a hot farm in competition, and she got 6 out of 15 with Tri-State. So there would have been some Badger State tractors there, which we all know are some of the meanest hot farms around the Midwest. So I'm very, very proud of her. This is awesome.
Morgan Buckingham.
She did everything right.
The announcer's about to say, Brandon Bodenstein, you just lost your seat.
Yeah, pretty much. And I told her when she messaged me late Thursday or Saturday night and told me that how she did. And I said, you know, Brandon's never going to financially recover from this, is he? She says, nope. So
well,
maybe he and Dave are gonna have to start building another chassis.
Is this her second pass then? Is she driving both?
No, I think this is just another video of it.
Okay. Because they hooked twice, I think. Hot farm took with.
Do they?
For sure they run the whole thing twice except Super Pro. I'll buzz down through the comments here, Bruce, and see if anybody jumped in on that. Let's see here.
So good for her. I was proud of her.
Yeah, she did great. Jason, you're welcome. I'll see you in Rock Valley or Rockwell. We talked about that. We'll be there Thursday night. Ryan, any pictures from the TPC that people can buy from you?
I haven't had the chance to edit them yet. There's a few out there, not very many. Quite frankly, I was chasing some gremlins with the camera that weekend. Anything that I caught after sundown just absolutely looks like hot garbage, like more hot garbage than most. And I won't post it. It's that bad.
Cody was there, right? Cody's got shots.
Yeah, Cody's got lots of shots.
Who else was shooting?
Adam's got some stills.
Okay. Jesse was down south at Sullivan's that weekend, right?
Yep.
I'm just trying to remember the photographers that were there. Sorry. That's been a couple months ago now. So
I know one that wasn't, and he wasn't happy about it. Sorry, Steven. Not sorry.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Next time, don't be a dick.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Lauren, are you going to have the Deer Commander out? I know he's getting close. I know he made a couple shakedown passes, but yeah. No, we need to go to the dyno, Lauren. We haven't been to dyno since last year. I got to make sure things are working. Colin Burkholtz, light limited super stocks, run with the V8s in the tri-state now, I believe. He's absolutely 100%. I think they give him some weight, Ryan, and they allow them to hook with the Econo mod class. Like Ryan, their single engine class, they hook them together. So that's good.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I need to keep up with the comments. Sorry about this, guys. Jared says Big Ryan, in my opinion, is the best pulling photographer. Enough said.
thanks, buddy. Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. I was at Toma 10 days ago. Well, hey, so was I. Wisner is awesome, Jared says. Shane Hunt says Brandenburg entrance is pretty cool. Okay, that's the under the track deal?
Yeah, I'll give him that. That's pretty cool. I've only seen it in pictures, but.
Now, but here's what's cool, Rye. The show is nationwide, countrywide, right? Honestly, worldwide. We have a lot of people watching from Canada right now. We've seen people watching from Australia, Mexico. I know there's time differences and stuff like that. But there's stuff that you and I haven't seen in person that we think is the best. But it's nice to get everybody together like this, Roos, and kind of talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Speaking of that guy, we should probably talk about him.
That's up to you. I don't know the full story. So.
Oh, he had a rough pass in his hometown pole. I mean, they say that your hometown pole is always the toughest one to make, a good pass at, and with very limited exception, that has almost always proven to be true, unless your name is Simon. And Shane had a bad pass on Saturday night, tipped the tractor. It went over. I don't know how bad the internal damage is, and quite frankly, I doubt Shane does either, because I doubt he's even torn into it yet.
Shane's okay, though, obviously, if he's typing in, right?
He is. He's banged up. He's banged up, and his noodle took a beating. It went off the cage a few times.
Yep.
This was not one of those graceful rollovers, from what I understand.
Okay.
So, it was, I think he may have hit the wrong brake. He and I talked on Saturday night for a few minutes. He was a little shaken, a little rattled, but he was coming back out of it. But, it was, I don't know. I was glad. I'm glad he's okay. And I'm also gonna make one comment for the record. There were probably a half dozen people who were asking for video of the pass before the guy had even gotten the tractor back to the hauler. Don't do that. There was one guy, and you could probably figure out who it is, and I'm not going to name his name, but you guys could figure it out, who I think Shane was actually still in the tractor, and said individual was asking, hey, do you have any footage of this pass that you could send me so I can put it up on social media? Yeah, I'm telling you, if that ever happened to me, that is the very fastest way to get knocked the F out by my helmet. I won't even get out of the tractor. I will just swing it at you.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Let the guy do what he does. Let him come to. Let him get his bearings. If he wants to post the video, then he'll post it.
Yeah. Well,
you don't need to be that guy.
When It's No Joke had the rough ride at Shipshewana, we didn't post that for hours because we wanted just to, we talked about it with our team, and I was actually on vacation. You guys all chatted about it, and it went up 3 or 4 hours later. But what's social media, Ryan, now, I mean, news reporters chase stories, right? And you're going to see more of the pulling media chase stories. And we all know everybody that's got a big YouTube following or a big face has a wild ride and wreck video, and that's their number one video. That's their viral video. So I know what you're saying, and I get it, but it's also part of what it's going to be part of what we do too, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't like it.
But is it too much to ask to at least ask, hey, are you okay, bud?
Yeah.
You took a bad ride there. You all right?
Don't name him. Please don't name him. I don't know who it is. I probably have an idea, but Shane should remember that for the rest of his life. On maybe this person isn't what we thought this person is. You kind of find out somebody's true colors. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And long as Shane, and I don't, like I said, I don't want to know because I'm not into blaming. I got people that hate me, so I don't need I got
Oh,
nothing.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on a list, I'm sure.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm just glad Shane's okay. I'm glad you talked to him. I didn't know anything about it until you mentioned it this afternoon on our chat. So you and Charles were going back and forth.
He just had a rough ride. It happens.
Everybody's had a rough ride. I've almost tipped my dad's D21 over years ago before roll cages. And my dad's exact words to me, Ryan, were I don't go to tractor pulls to go to funerals. And I built my 856 farm stock and I learned how to drive a tractor. And, and then like this year, it's been good just to get back in the seat again because I haven't had a lot of seat time in the last 3 years. I really couldn't afford to run it in 18 and 19, and then 20 was COVID. And then last year I got it back out and had all those problems burning those pistons. So it's been good to get back in the seat and learn how to drive that thing again. And I know what it's like. I know it can happen so fast. It happens to the best of them. It happens to the best of them. And when you see, like, I saw Kent Payne up in Hutchinson drive like a freaking pro. That thing got up on the wheelie bars and it yanked him right. And you could just tell that guy's been down the track 1,000 times, Ryan. And he handled that like a pro and just set it down there. Ken Summers handled that thing like a pro when he made that exhibition pass in Mound City Saturday night, just to see what's going on with the rear end of the tractor. Because, Sydney was telling him, hey, Dad, there's something wrong in the rear. And he had to take it out for a pass to see it. He was right. And that thing went right on him hard. And I'm always jealous of you, equipment operators and farmers that just grew up driving stuff. You can feel it in the seat of your pants. And pullers know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who follow pulling for a long year, some of your best drivers are daily equipment operators and farmers because they just feel it. Because they've been, they've slipped and they've touched brakes and they get things moving and different. Logan, be quiet. We're getting a thunderstorm warning, so the weather's doing its thing, Ryan. So, and my dog Logan hears the little beeping. So, hey, you busted out the Hot Shots T-shirt. That's from like 2014 or 15, Bruce.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one in a while. What's on the back of that?
It's one of the only shirts I've got.
Well, we got to fix that. So, we have big boy sizes now, a lot of them.
Welcome to Beirut.
Welcome to Beirut. We'll go for a few more minutes and we'll shut her down. Chuck, so Richland Center is July 23rd. I have an outlaw hook that weekend. We're chasing outlaw points this year. So I will not be in Richland Center. That's my hometown pole. But I committed to the outlaws this year. And as long as the tractor's running and it can stay in the points race, we're going to be chasing that. But you never know. I hope the dyno goes well, right, and everything is okay. Sarah.
Where is that hook?
Somewhere in Nebraska. I forget. I'd have to look.
Are you going to that show in Bloomfield the weekend or next weekend?
Yep.
Or next whatever day?
Yeah, that's next Wednesday, the 13th, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep. We're that's just south of Des Moines, right?
Yeah, it's about an hour and 10, hour and 20, something like
we'll
that.
Be there. As long as we're running, we'll be there. Robert Plunkett says hello. Glenn Fulstead says light limiteds pull with the V8s in a tri-state. Now that's cool, Glenn. I'm glad they did that. Some of the smaller clubs like a tri-state, they do some neat things, kind of like Tucker does at Chipshawana. Roost, takes this class and gives them a couple 100 pounds and puts on a nice show for the fans.
Yeah.
And I like that because not everybody wants to run far from home. And, and especially with fuel prices the way they are, this gives them another opportunity to do that, right? So I love all the comments tonight, guys. Keep it going. I wish we had this much engagement, but normally we have a guest. Doug was working on getting Rich Roseboom, the promoter of Rock Valley, Iowa, Thunder in the Valley this Friday and Saturday, but he was busy. Russ Dostal says, with Rockwell moving to August, do you think there'll be some non-outlaw pullers in Rock Valley? I absolutely do. But it all depends on what's going on. I haven't really sat down with the schedule, Rye, and seen what's up against Rock Valley this weekend.
Dodge City, maybe?
Yep, because I've had some people ask us if we're going there. That's where Schlaball will be going, right?
Yeah.
The diesel supers are down there. Do you guys here we go. Okay. Hold on. I gotta get this going here. Okay, so Lauren Paulson's hoping to be in Rock Valley. That's awesome. I gotta keep up with the comments. Brenton Rogers, when's Beer Money gonna have some Massey apparel? Brenton, I'll get that done for you. Let me write that down. Dirt dyno is the best place to figure it out. It is. I'm not gonna lie. Happy 4th of July from Ginger Snap Customs.
Hey, Cortland.
Jer says, I don't hate you. I am in finally. Facebook's not cooperating. I'm not sure who that is. What's done is done, period. Shane Hunt says, I'm good. I'll be back. I'm not done. Hey, nice to hear.
I know you will.
So that's not Jerry. I was thinking Jerry Zweibauer is the one that drives.
That's
not
Mr.
Jerry.
That's Mr. Hired Gun. That's the man who's kicking Travis out of the seat.
But that's why Bomber. Does he screw around, have a goofy name on Facebook? Not his real name?
No, you just didn't read it carefully and you didn't pronounce it correctly the first time.
And Hutchinson?
I don't think so.
I thought it was Zweibauer. I really did.
Nope.
Okay, Jerry, I apologize, buddy. I don't think we have anybody going to Dodge City, Kansas this weekend.
That's a long haul.
So I don't think we have everybody, but the NTPA will have their guys down there.
Yeah, Rick and Kim, I'm sure, will be there.
The Brian Korth is the GOAT. That guy that's got to be Brandon Johnson because he loves Korth, and everybody knows Korth
Yes.
can drive. He jumped back in the seat up there in Toma and drove the heavies and done super well. Ashelman's in the house. Lancaster has a WTPA hook Friday. Okay, and then Badger State, I think, is in Edgerton Saturday night. Does that feel right? Ryan Cockam said, didn't know you were live on Facebook. I thought only YouTube. No, Ryan, so we're live on 8 different pages right now. YouTube's one of them. And then we're live on 7 different Facebook pages right now. Some Facebook groups. We run probably 50 pages. We're really active probably in about 10 of them, but we're trying to be live in those. Travis says, sounds like things are going to be hot in Dodge City.
I think things are going to be hot everywhere.
Yep. Cole Lundell says, I'll be attending both Concord and all sessions at Rock Valley this weekend. Going to be a long weekend of outlaw pulling. It is. Yep, it is. I wish Outlaw still had minis. You know, they tried it. I don't know how much support they got. You know, there's just parts of the country where certain classes are certain things. You know what I mean? And I think you can't force it. But, man, I'm proud of that mini rod class because we talked about it when we had Chris Weigel on, Roos, you and I. There wasn't 5-6 years ago, we might have had 8 or 9 minis in Mountain City for Rumble by the Refuge, and this year they had over 20. You know, Farley had 28.
Yep.
It's really a nice way. A lot of our big mod pullers and two-wheel drive truck pullers have an extra motor laying around, and that mini rod chassis. Nothing's really affordable in pulling, but, man, you can really get into a badass mini. I mean, Fagundes has his for sale for $85,000 right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
That's a good one. I saw Ashelman's question already. Oh, yeah, Rodlin Knox passed away. So Brian Knox,
right.
I saw that.
It was a rough weekend for motorsports in general. Because Rodlin passed away the same day that Chris Darnell passed away. He was one of the pilots of the Shockwave truck.
Yeah, I saw that.
And shoot, I remember it's probably been 25 or 30 years since I've seen it make a pass. And when I saw it, it was owned by Les Shockley, but still 3 giant jet engines, 36,000 horsepower. Damn thing ran 376 miles an hour once. Actually, probably more than once.
So they were at like an air show, right, Roos?
Kalamazoo. Yep. Actually, my sister was there the day before.
Okay, so this is Fox News, guys, has that. So I'm gonna play the video, not to be rude, but just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Again, that's kind of part of the media part of it that sucks because a lot of times these are our friends. I did not know him personally, but a lot of times these are friends that we have to cover and talk about bad things happening. But it looks like there was a couple planes, like it was an aerial show. We can watch it and then we can talk about it. That
was their shtick. Was Chris would have the truck positioned at the end of the runway,
okay,
and he couldn't hammer down until he could physically see the airplanes.
Then he'd race them,
and he would race them.
Okay,
and sometimes he would win.
fighter jets.
Well, no, I mean but like the Red Bull Air Race planes and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're moving at a good clip.
Yep, here we go, guys. So I think the truck burst into flames. We can talk about it afterwards, and maybe somebody can find us a picture.
Right there.
So did the truck go through a big fireball? And that's when it caught on fire?
That was just kind of garden variety pyrotechnics to, just to make it cool. You can see that one of those motors blew up, or that thing started on fire
before the pyro.
Probably 100 foot before, 200 foot before that big explosion.
Right here. See where my mouse is? That's right there.
Yep.
We're starting to see it's already, yep, Ryan's right. It's starting to burst into flames. So it goes behind the pyro, and then you can watch a truck. Obviously, that much force and speed, it's out of control at that point.
Well, yeah, and it lost at least one tire. One of the rear wheels, was the left rear, disintegrated. Because I have seen pictures of that where they were taken by a professional, and you can actually see the chunks of rubber.
Okay.
But yeah, it got unstable, and at that point, it was nothing more than a missile. My guess is that Chris didn't feel a thing.
Here's the truck, not of that specific run, but this is what he was driving when it all went to hell, if you will.
Such a cool truck.
Is that the gentleman that died?
I think so. It's either him or his brother. I'm not sure if that's Chris or his brother. But
well, I mean, you guys.
That's such a good-looking truck.
Yeah. But that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it
How
really
old was
is.
Rodela Knox? Do you know? Did you see it all right?
She was. Yeesh, I don't know. I would have to think mid to upper 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, Tyler, I can't either.
Ryan, give me 30 seconds. Keep yakking.
Yep. So, but Chris was, from everything I've been told, and I never had the opportunity to meet Chris, but Dusty Price is a good friend, and he and I were talking about it, and Dusty has, had him in his phone, and they were good friends. They talked a few times a year, and the one thing he told me was that Chris was like a lot of our drivers in that he was never too busy for a fan. He loved nothing more than to have people come up and, introduce the kids and sign autographs and hero cards and all that kind of stuff. They loved that. They did it as a family. Dad and Chris both drove. And just so happened that it was, this past weekend, it was Chris's turn at the wheel, and, they lost a tire, and at that speed, it kind of feels like they ought to have, it feels like maybe there should be a push for solid rubber tires instead of pneumatic, but I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I don't design race cars.
Let's see here. My favorite place to pull, probably Toma. It's an hour from my house, and I love big crowds. It's just so fun to be that close to home at a big pull. We'd love to come to Canada sometime, and we will. Chasing points this year, we're dedicated, but I've had some Canadian promoters reach out to us, and that's something we'll definitely do in the future. Badger State is Edgerton Saturday. WTPA is Lancaster Friday. That's good for the southern part of Wisconsin. I know Jeff Ball runs at Lancaster.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be Jeff's show.
Okay, so this Mark's part of the Redline Fever crew. He says they won't be together for Dodge City, hoping to be together for Rockwell. That'd be awesome.
We would love to have you.
We'll bypass Dodge City. That's 3 hours from home to drive 8 hours to Rock Valley. That's probably Meisinger? Or is that one of the Texas guys?
That's probably Meisinger.
Okay. Because Doug's out there in Kansas. I forget what town. Oh, shoot.
I don't know, the very west edge.
Yeah, Brian Korth is a legend. I know he's close to Arizona. Ryan's okay. Travis says, Rye, you can see nowhere from Dodge City.
I know.
That's something Schlabach would say. I love it. So, pack a lot of water. Travis, Dodge is a desert now. Wow, that's crazy.
You can, yeah. If you look to the west, you can see the curvature of the earth. There's just nothing.
Let me bring up a map. We're talking about it. Let's do it. Again, it's just kind of a general. We've got a lot of people watching, which is fun, and we're just kind of hanging out tonight and chatting. So nothing. We're trying to get Rich Roseboom on from Rock Valley, Iowa. I would say Rock Valley and Rockwell are the two biggest polls in Iowa. I'm glad they're not on top of each other anymore. So it's good to see that. One's with the Outlaws, one's with the NTPA. Dodge City, Kansas, right, Roos?
Yes.
Hey, they canceled Springfield, Missouri. That means I should be able to go to McLouth. So keep that in the back of your head.
Well, that's good.
Because then we go down to Paddock's poll on Sunday, like we did last year, Mountain City, Kansas. So McLouth.
So you're gonna be Thursday in Rockwell, Friday in somewhere.
Yeah, I got
Nebraska, and then down to McLouth, and
then
to
Kansas.
Paddocks.
Yep.
That'll be a good run.
Yeah, it will be. Just want to keep the tractor alive. It's no fun to go pulling if you don't have a tractor. If you had one. Let's see here. I got to find our schedule. I'll let you know exactly where we're going to be. But see, because Molinex called me, Jerry, and said that Springfield was canceled. So so it goes Rockwell, Iowa, Thursday, Gibbon, Nebraska, Friday.
Gibbon, that's right.
And then Springfield was the 6th, which is McLouth. So we'll go to McLouth, then we'll go to Mountain City, Kansas.
There you go.
So next week, this week is Concord, Nebraska for us Thursday. I think that's been a Nebraska bush poll in the past. I think maybe the first time the Outlaws have been there. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then Rock Valley is Friday night. We hook Friday night and Saturday night. Dad has my tractor this weekend. There's a Saturday afternoon session in Rock Valley, I think 12:30. And then we're going to be in Bloomfield, Iowa, the 13th, which is next Wednesday. Then Troy, Missouri on Friday the 15th. And we're going to buzz up to River Falls, Wisconsin, because that's Doug's basically his hometown. That's where his kids went to school, Bruce. So, because Darlington would be one I'd love to go to, but we gotta, you gotta do it sometimes. Do what you gotta do. So, Dodge City here. Sorry, guys. I saw a squirrel. Bring up that map of Dodge City. Now, this is at a racetrack, right? I feel like last year I saw some pictures.
Yep.
Okay, so it's straight west. It's straight west of Wichita. Well, here's Wichita, guys, right here, my map, and then here is there's Dodge City. So yeah, it's west of Oklahoma City if you drew a line straight up and down. Wow.
Yeah, you're a lot closer to the Blakegraves than you are to my house when you're there.
Yeah, because there's New Mexico. Holy cow. I didn't realize Meissner lived that far out there. Holy crap. Okay. It's getting real. It's getting real. It's no joke. Mini's up for sale. Yeah, they got that put back together. I think it's running good. Evans did. I heard they were, again, all rumors, just what I saw on Facebook, but I think they're going to run a blower motor. Ashelman says that jet truck was terrible. Picture of that. Crazy. They were racing trucks against airplanes. You heard Ryan talk about that's kind of part of their shtick. Ed Everett.
It was a cool shtick too, man.
Oh yeah.
The legend is that when Les Shockley had it, and probably when Darnell's had it too, they had like an alligator clip, because they would, once in a great while, they would take, I think they did it more when Les Shockley owned it, but you could do a ride along, and they would strap you into the shotgun seat, and as he was, like taxiing out onto the runway and getting ready to go, he would very quietly, or he would very calmly pull a Benjamin out of his wallet, and he'd put it in the alligator clip, and he would turn to the guy or the person who was riding with him, who was, strapped in and say, if you can get that before, before I pull the chutes, it's yours. I don't think he ever gave away $100.
The G-forces and that would be insane, right?
It would melt your face off.
Yeah. Brad said someone said a tire blew. Yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing.
Yep.
Cole says, I see a picture somewhere the motor's caught fire and possibly left rear tire exploded. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler,
you could see the left rear exploding.
Yeah, Tyler
But
says
there's a theory that there was a fuel line that ruptured in the back, and that started some things on fire, and then just it went from bad to worse in a hurry. I mean, at 300 miles an hour plus, anything going wrong is bad to worse in a hurry.
Andy G's watching tonight, and he says yes. He's replying to Tyler's comment that would suck. Matt says that's what I love about pulling. It's a big family and personal. Absolutely, it is. We're all in this together. Where did Blackjack D21 go? Half of it went out to Indiana, Ohio, or somewhere. The front half. I'm not sure the back. I'd have to ask Dad that. Morgan, I'll ask my dad. Amy Joe, hope to see you in a couple weeks in Jefferson, Wisconsin. Doug's from Goodland, Kansas. Okay, that's right. I'll have to find out where that is. So, I know he said it's way out there.
It is. He's like on the Colorado border, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so Doug Voth, who has the Griffin, says, ask if anyone has a quill shaft and a blower shaft for a Rolls-Royce Griffin. So I don't know if anybody does, but there's the message, guys. So he's working on it right now, trying to get ready for Rock Valley. Ooh. Parts are hard for like regular motors, Ryan. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I can't imagine like one of, a dozen here in the country.
Mark says you can see the lights of Denver on a clear night in Dodge City. Now that's legit.
Wow.
That's when Schlaubaugh said the middle of nowhere, or see for nothing. Farmall's forever planning to attend my first outlaw pull in Rock Valley from half an hour north of Hutchinson. You're gonna love Rock Valley. So
is this the Farmall's Forever YouTube channel? It is, isn't it?
It is. Yep.
Hey, I want to shake your hand while you're there. Please come find me. I'm a big, tall guy, probably dressed like this with a big camera. Come say hi, please. Let's have a beer. I want to talk.
Cool. And he's about the Tractor Zoom stuff, so get in touch with him. They're always writing stories. Jared says, yeehaw, Mountain City, Kansas is 30 miles from home. Awesome. Morgan sending me more pictures. Dude, I am 2.5 hours from Denver. That's got to be Doug. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's a long ways. Doug, thank you for all that you do. Terry Blackburn pulled with Tri-State Saturday. What? So they had one of the supers there? Somebody jump in on that. Let me check their website quick, right? Tri-State pullers.
Would that be like the Super Pro class or something?
Yeah, like we can hook in it, Ryan, with we can weigh 95. The Alki Supers have to weigh 8,000. I think Pro Stocks weigh 9,000. Going off memory again. Let me see if I got a results from Platteville. Tammy Broga's usually pretty quick about stuff. Platteville's not up yet, but that would make sense because she ran that one. So Jason said there's a picture of a tire coming apart. Yeah.
Terry's back must be starting to feel a little bit better. That was why he hadn't been
in the seat
doing quite as much driving.
Right. Where's the Cash Burner D21 Super Farm at?
That's a good question, Brenton.
That was in Michigan, wasn't it?
That was Joe Manning's old tractor, yeah.
Good.
For a while.
Farmall's Forever said yes and awesome. So that you guys make that happen, Roos.
Word.
Colin Burkholz loves Toma more than any place in the world. Saw you were still on the billboards, Colin, and you pulled off the win on Saturday night. Talked to a promoter at Dodge City at Toma. In 21, he definitely wanted to do whatever it takes to make the pullers happy and keep them coming back. There was a time, Ryan, I've interviewed Chris Shire in the last month and some of the other guys. The NTPA used to be all over the country, right? We've talked to Rick Fine, we've talked about Florida. They were up the West Coast, and Schreier, I did a podcast with him, and he talked about being in California and promoting Toma all over the country. So that's cool that a promoter wants to have them back, and that's good. So Yes, they did. Okay, Ed would have been there from Platteville. Bobby Gansberg had both of his there as well. Okay, and that makes sense because Blackburn works on those.
Yep.
Extremely armed and dangerous. Brandon Simon said had the light there to test it to make sure it would light. Got it. What's up next for the Champions Tour Pro Stocks? Where's Simon going to be next?
Good question. Henry? No.
I feel like I saw Ashelman post because that Henry Jerseyville run's coming up. I feel like.
Yeah. If it's not this weekend, it might be next.
Gansmer won the Super Pro class.
That doesn't surprise me.
Andy Gerbaugh says Dodge City owner is a sprint car legend, Craig Dolansky. Cool. Henry signed Brandon says, okay, cool. Naples, Florida was NTPA pole way back, if I remember. Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure all that was down there. And I think they created a new region now to do that. So, and then Brandon says Henry. So they got Henry, that's America's pole, right? That's how that's branded?
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's hard for me to imagine Naples, Florida having a tractor pull. I think retirees driving Benzes and Bentleys. And
I will tell you, Ryan, that it was. You talked to Rich Wine about that. They had a lot of fun.
Oh, I know. I've heard the stories.
They had a lot of fun.
Maybe a little too much fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't. Is there such a thing? What's that country song? There ain't no such thing. So. Looks like July 16th is Henry Bruce. So that's 12 days. But then it gets nuts. I mean, it's like almost every day there's something going on. So you guys, keep an eye on social media, share, like, comment on these posts. Even if you can't be there, it's good for the algorithm. It helps our promoters out, helps them paying the bills. I want to wrap this up pretty quick, but I want to know, like, what kind of crowds have you been seeing at polls? For those of you watching the show right now, what kind of crowds? Normal, better than that? The fireworks are starting to go off at my house too, Ryan. Stop, Logan. Stop. But yeah, just what kind of crowds have you seen, Ryan, this year? Stop.
Mountain City was a good crowd. It's not the biggest one I've ever seen from them. I think the biggest one I've ever seen was probably 2020, the COVID year.
Yep.
But it was a good crowd. They were, they were all about it. They were having a good time. Other than that, though, I haven't been out.
Toma got all the sessions in. I haven't been to many polls, Ryan, that I've been to in the past, so I don't have any measuring sticks. You know what I mean?
Me
like
neither.
Ravenna, that was my first time out there. I talked to the promoters. They said it was about the same as last year, so that's good. Oh, yeah, Door.
Right, Shandorf's. Jimmy's deal.
He did a good job with that on social media. Okay, so Randy Proctor says, last I knew, Cash Burner D21 Marsh still had it.
Got it.
World Series of Pulling at Norwalk is coming up. There's a lot of chatter about that. That's amazing. There are some very, very big name pullers with some cha-ching behind that. That could be amazing. They're going to throw some cash at it. Voth says, I have some parts for the Griffin, should be at Rock, but always need more parts. So if anybody's got any Griffin, Rolls-Royce parts, get a hold of Doug Voth. His name on Facebook is Zuck Fukerberg. You can do the math what that means. It's kind of funny. Tyler Slaw says, Door looked like a heck of a crowd from Frodo's. Bruce said the place was packed. That's his dad, Bruce. Tyler was probably out canoeing.
I think he was actually on a bike.
Was
I think he was two wheels crazy this weekend.
Michael Palmer says, Croton, Ohio. I think that's what it was. Angry Farmer poll was not very good. I had not. Is that his first? Is that a new location for that event, Ryan?
Good question. I kind of think it might be.
4th of July weekend's tough. That's why I don't think you see the big nationals, but like a Grand National or a Champions Tour or a big Outlaw hook on. But hey, I mean, it's an open weekend. You got to give it a swing. A lot of times the schedules are full.
Yep.
American Family Children's Hole was packed, even with the rain delay. Yeah, it was. I saw some pictures of that. Farmers Farm All Fever says Hutch was average with attendance. Yep, I would agree with that, which is still awesome. Okay, Colin is Mr. Toma. Toma Friday night was really good again. Started to overtake Saturday night's crowd. Macville still going good. Sock Charity Pole was pretty good with the rain threat. Yeah, Michael on crowd. Yeah, the crowd didn't look good. Yeah, we know what you meant. We know you're not saying that the pole sucked. Mike Horton says Rushville, Illinois had a big crowd. That's awesome. I did see some grandstand pictures there scrolling through Facebook.
Yeah.
Leroy had some stuff on that. Okay. Croton used to be OSTPA. I don't know what it is now, but I don't know. Was that a big he just Dugan put some classes together? I'm not sure. So Chuck Cleveland says Colo, Iowa Friday night had their best crowd ever and a great track. Earlham, Iowa Saturday was a new event for us and had a reasonable crowd. Which association would that be?
That is
Chuck runs around like who would be that bunch of Jeff Gawley used to pull with when he lived in Iowa, right?
Yeah, it's those guys. MPA.
Gotcha.
Yep. And Chuck just bought himself a new truck, so he's playing with a new toy right now, which is kind of fun. I haven't seen it yet.
Nice.
But I'm glad to hear that crowd came out for you guys. I thought about coming out for it, but Kara was kind of frazzled that night. That was a very long day.
Nope, and I get it. Well, I want to wrap this up before the fireworks really start blowing up here at Richland Center. My dog goes crazy. So, again, Beer Money Polling Team will be in Concord, Nebraska Thursday night, Rock Valley Friday and Saturday. And then please check out our new merchandise trailer. We got a lot of cool stuff in there. It's yellow, and you can't miss it. So that's good. And then next week will be Bloomfield, and then Troy, and then Jim Falls, Wisconsin. So Ryan's going to be taking care of family. And thank you for all the warm comments for him. If you guys are looking to buy any photos, just hit up Ryan Rusink on the Facebook. You can send messages to us as well. Mackenzie will see them and let Ryan know. But I don't know, Rusey, I love you, buddy. You know that like a brother. Please tell Kara hi. And I appreciate all that you do for pulling. We've been talking about this for a long time. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you later, Ryan.
See ya.
I'm going to play our video. So Mackenzie's putting together like a little video for us to open the show up with. So I'm just going to play that at the end of the show. But thank you tonight for watching. Please check out our Let's Behind the Helmets. And this is how we roll videos that we're going to be putting up on our YouTube channel. And we're starting to do more of that. Congratulations to Built Diesel Mafia for taking the plunge and doing this full time. Super proud of you, Adam. So, and I appreciate all of you. So please go see my dad and Doug and Mackenzie and Hope in Concord, Nebraska and Rock Valley this weekend. Thanks for watching. As always, let's grow pulling.
Not very far from here. Farm's down that way.